welcome to the Niffknits YouTube channel, podcast episode 2. I'm back. I want to say a massive thank you first and foremost to the response I got to episode 1. It completely exceeded my expectations. I didn't think anybody would watch. So if you watched episode 1 and you're back, thank you so much. If you commented, if you subscribed, if you follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And let's just get straight into it. I really want these episodes to be short and snappy. I personally, and this is just another me thing, can find it a bit overwhelming if I see a podcast that's 1, 2, 3 hours long. Even if I love the person, I kind of think, okay, I'm gonna have to maybe watch that in installments, or I haven't got the commitment for that. So yeah, I want these to be half an hour, 45 minutes. So let's jump in. I've got a faux and a couple of whips. My faux you haven't seen, and one of my whips you haven't seen either, unless you follow me on Instagram. I'll link it down below. Shameless plug. So my first thing to show you today is, and I'm actually happy with these, some socks. Some stripy socks with self-striping yarn so that nothing can go wrong. Yes, for the win. And I'm actually really happy with them. So these are replacement socks of Dan. In a bit shiny. There we go. Scheepjes in my Scheepjes. In the colourway Industrial Terrain number 404. And like I say, I absolutely love them. I am not an orange person, unless the fake tan goes wrong, but you know what I mean. Orange, not my thing. Purple, really don't like purple. But my other half loves a pop of orange. So he picked this out on the internet, and then as soon as I wound it up, I fell in love with this colourway, and I'm really surprised. You can probably tell by my face. I'm really shocked at how much I like these. And also, I'm gonna line these bad boys up. Look at, there we go. Look at the match on those. Yes, Jen. Yes, Jen. So just a vanilla sock. For Dan, I do 72 stitches on a 2.5mm needle, a magic looper, and I just did a contrast toe, heel and cuff in Filcolana Arwetta Classic light grey, which I think ties in quite well with the stripes. And afterthought heel as well. I love an afterthought heel when I'm striping. I've never tried a heel flap and gusset before using self-striping yarn. As you can probably see by the matching there, I'm a bit pedantic when it comes to my stripes. I know some people just go for it, don't care. I think I have some sort of colour OCD thing going on, and yeah, I don't think I could just break up the stripes with the heel. Now this is a particular favourite yarn of mine when it comes to self-striping, and I've got a couple of other examples to show you, because if you like these also, you might have to be quick, because I'm absolutely devastated that I think this line is discontinued. I know, so don't buy any before I've bought some. But I am definitely going to be stocking up. I love it. It's a 75-25 mix, so 75% superwash merino, extra fine merino. I don't even know if it's superwash. Oh yes, can go in the machine at 40 degrees. 75% extra fine merino wool, 25% nylon. Now, for me, I can find that mix sometimes a bit too itchy scratchy, and I don't really like it. I tend to go for a 80-20 mix or an 85-15 mix if it's hand dyed. But for commercial self-striping, this is the softest I've come across. So this is Industrial Terrain. Lovely orange, salmon, charcoal, grey. Love it. And like I say, I'm not normally an orange person, but I'm seriously thinking of picking myself up a skein or two so that we can be matchy-matchy for autumn, Halloween time, because they just give me that vibe. So yes, those are my finished socks. And I know it's not really like, oh yeah, well done, you got a pair of socks done in the month, but for me it's a win. So there we go. But if you are interested in some commercial self-striping, get it while it's hot, like I say, because I've got a horrible feeling it might be discontinued. So these are for me, so they're a bit smaller. I'm a UK size 3.5, so I can get a pair of reasonably shorty socks out of a 50-gram skein. So that's why I said with these I might get a skein or two, depends if I want them kind of shorty size. I probably will, I'm not that fussed about the length. So this is Museum Square in, what am I talking about? The colourway is Museum Square number 412, and I love these. These colours are just up my alley. Pop of coral, bit of turquoisey sky blue. Cute. Again, these were just a vanilla sock, but I only did the contrast heel because I did an afterthought heel. I've already said what I don't like about stripes in the heel. And for me, I do 64 stitches on a 2.5mm needle because I'm a pretty tight knitter. And then a teeny tiny cuff. I just decided to do it the same length as the stripe. So that's Museum Square. Beautiful. Next up, another pair I made for Dan last year. These are in Parkview number 407, and this time, oh yeah, I just said I don't like using self-striping for the heel. I did a bullseye heel. Right, silly me. Oh well. Actually, I really like the effect that this gives, but it is an afterthought heel, so I didn't kind of put the heel in as I went along. I did it afterwards so that I could be pedantic again and pick the colour order that I wanted it to be in. So that's Parkview. Again, vanilla, and then I did a 2x2 rib for a couple of stripes at the top. And then the last one, also for Daniel, and this is in the colourway After Dark number 400. Love these. Did these again vanilla, but in a 3x1 rib, and I just carried the rib all the way up, and then another bullseye heel. So yeah, if you can get your mitts on them, do it. I don't know for certain if they're discontinued, but I'm finding it very difficult to find them. Ooh, another thing though, just to quickly mention, when I was making these, I nearly did come a bit of a cropper because I was I knit them concurrently, so I'll do the toe of sock 1, then I'll do the toe of sock 2, and then I'll do a few stripes of sock 1, and then I'll do a few stripes of sock 2. I think that was something I did a couple of years ago at Christmas. I had some self-striping Christmassy sock yarn, and I did a stripe a day for Advent, and I alternated which sock I was working on so that I could have a pair by the end, rather than just doing one and then starting the other one. And that works quite well for me because I can get second sock syndrome. I also get second sock syndrome, put my teeth in, because I don't actually like wearing socks. And I kind of particularly don't like wearing woolly socks. I know I shouldn't say that really, that is actually blasphemous. I love making them. So like this one here, this is a lone sock. It doesn't have a friend because I'm not going to wear it. I really should wear it though. My circulation is horrific. My feet are that of like a dead person, they're always purple. So I probably should start making and wearing them, but I just hate having hot feet. Oh, it's just a horrible sensation. I don't like it when they're all like sweating, clammy and yuck. Anyway, I digress. So I was knitting these concurrently. That's where I was. Hello. And I noticed that the stripe wasn't in the right order. And what had happened was, you know, in commercial yarns, they kind of join, and I hate when they do that. It's like the join, but it's part way through your ball or skein. Oh, so annoying. But they joined it in the wrong bloody order. And I just wouldn't have expected that from commercial yarn. So that was a good spot by me. Otherwise I would have carried straight on, and it was only because I was doing them in tandem that I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on here? That's not the right colour. On this one I'm doing orange, and in that one it's charcoal. And then I realised, and I thought, oh my god. So near miss on that one. Just be aware. Maybe that's why they discontinued. So that's my faux for August. Now let's have a look at whips. I've got 2 whips, so I'm going to show you one that you've seen before and a brand new one. So the one you've seen before, I did it. I carried on. I took your advice. So in episode 1, I showed that I'd made a start on this. Now this is the Musselburgh hat. Who hasn't made one of these, heard about these? And I was like, I didn't know if the colour was right. Ideally, I definitely want pink and grey. I knew that, but I wanted the pink to be a bit speckly. And I asked for your help. And you told me what to do, which was exactly what I wanted. So the resounding consensus was, just carry on with it. You got the yarn, the colours are pretty, just carry on. And if you don't like it, you can always gift it. And I was like, yes, true. And it's the first time I've made a Musselburgh hat, so you know there's a chance that it won't turn out 100% perfect. So it's kind of like my tester to get the sizing just right for next time, and either for myself or for other people, because I do plan on making some hats for Christmas presents this year, and I feel like this is a good option because I like the two-tone when you can turn the brim and you can turn it inside out. It's like where you got 2 hats in one. So yes, so I am making the size adult small. And I'm using Filcolana Arwetta Classic held with Filcolana Tillia in Ballerina in the Arwetta Classic and powder in the mohair. And then my contrast colour is going to be grey. So I've got very light grey in the Arwetta Classic and silver in the mohair. So I've got to the point of finishing the increases. So what I might do actually, I'm going to put in a little progress keeper so that next time we can see how far I've got, if I've worked on it at all. I think I will though, because I haven't got a sock on the go at the moment, so this is like my little project. Let's pop him on there so I know where I was. I'll show you my little happy pill progress keeper there. Oh, can't see his face. There you go. Cute. So yeah, little happy pill there. So yes, whipping number 1. This isn't my main project at the moment, so it's just my little tot around. My main project, and this might surprise you since you can see a little bit of this here, I was going to make a cardigan out of this absolute deliciousness that is Cascade 220 in the colourway Golden Kiwi. And I am, but not now. I considered casting it on, and then I had a little think, and I thought to myself, okay, well, realistically it's going to take me 2 months to make a cardigan. Let's be realistic here. I mean, maybe longer, but 2 months. Which means it's going to be October by the time it's finished. And while I would wear a lime green cardigan throughout the winter, I love a bit of pop of colour, I thought, actually, I'm going to need this in winter. So I think this is going to be my New Year's Day cast on to get me through the post-Christmas blues. And I think that will just do the trick and get me all excited for spring. Talking about Christmas and spring, it's still summer, but you know, I hate summer. I'm not a summer lover. It's my least favourite season. So what I have cast on is in black. One extreme to the other. Is the Cardi jumper. Cardi jumper? Yes, Cardi jumper by Vert. And I'll link it below. Oh, it is absolutely beautiful. As soon as I saw it when I was scrolling through Ravelry looking for a cardigan, I thought, oh my god, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I want that. It's, can't go into too much detail because it's a paid for pattern, but it's just a V-neck cardi, but obviously if you do it up, it's a jumper, and she wears it reversed, so it's like a low V back. Oh my god, it is stunning. And I was umming and ahhing what colour I wanted. The sample is beautiful, it's like a sea green, and I thought, oh maybe, and I thought, oh maybe grey, because I'll get a lot of use out of that. And I was scrolling through and I saw that somebody had knit it in black. Yes, absolutely gorgeous. So that's what I did. I wanted to be a little bit bougie and use the suggested yarn, which was Knitting for Olive in the mohair and some sort of light merino, like a 4-ply merino, but they didn't have the black in stock anywhere that I could purchase from. I think it's the colourway Licorice that I wanted. Neither yarns had it in stock, so I was like, fine, I'll stick with what I know. So I've gone back to my trusty old Filcolana Arwetta Classic in black number 102, and the matchy Filcolana Tillia, also in black colour 102. Yay! So yes, but an extreme contrast between what I was going to make and what I have been making. And I'm not sure right now quite if I'm going to regret my colour choice, because at some point I've got to pick up stitches. Which I don't like doing anyway, hence why I pretty much always made top down raglans. And but I'm trying to think that, you know, every cloud has a silver lining, and the silver lining is that the black yarn will hide a multitude of sins when it comes to picking up the stitches for the edging and the sleeves. That's my hope, that's my plan. And also the black fuzz gets bloody everywhere. But it is what it is, and I'm hoping it's going to be worth it. I am knitting it up on size 4mm needles, and I'm doing this smallest size. Can't remember what circumference that is off the top of my head, but it's the smallest one. I think I've mentioned before, like, I am petite, I'm 5 foot nothing, so I'm always the smallest size, and I'm a tight knitter, so yeah, I always have to do a bit of adjustment. Now, one thing I did want to talk about when I was making this cardigan, so as you probably know, it's a cardigan. It's not a steeked cardigan, so therefore it's knit flat apart from the sleeves. And without giving too much away, because I imagine it's like a usual structure for a cardigan, you have your panels, so there's a left front, back, right front, and in a lot of patterns they say like, knit so much, break the yarn, put it on a scrap piece of yarn and like put aside for later. We'll come back to it. Now, something I do, which probably isn't like a massive revelation, but I thought I'd share it anyway, is I'm lucky, I haven't got them with me, but I'm lucky enough that last Christmas I got a selection of cords for an interchangeable set that I've got, and I just wanted some additional cords, and Dan bought me every size. I think I did specify the sizes that I want. He bought me all of them. So I've got multiple cables, which is great in this situation. So instead of putting the stitches on a scrap piece of yarn and putting it aside to later, I put it on a spare cord, because then when I come to joining them back together, I just stick my needle back on the end of the cord and away I go. I hope that makes sense. So say I've got my left panel, so that's going to dingle dangle on cord A. I've got my back panel, that's going to dingle dangle on cord B, and I've got my right front panel, that's going to dingle dangle on cord C. So when I come to join them all together, I get cord D, put a needle on where I'm starting, so probably C, and then just knit them up, get rid of that cord, done. Get that needle, stick it on cord B, knit away on that, add it on cord A, put a needle on the end, knit it off. So then I haven't got to, and I know it doesn't take a long time, but then I haven't got to put them back on a cord, knit them together, pick them off the scrap yarn, put them together. They're all ready, just whack a needle on the end. Jobs are good done. I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense without visuals, because I've already passed that point, and I've also noticed I'm in the middle of a row, which is a bit silly of me. But I'm happy with it so far. Look, you can't see anything. Never mind. One day it'll be finished and I can wear it and then put photographs on. But yeah, I think I was a bit brave. Going with black yarn. We'll see. Hopefully, like I say, any mistakes, we won't be able to see those. So this is my main whip at the moment. I really want it done for Halloween, obs. And yeah, that's it for what I've done. What's off the needles, what's on the needles. I need your help again. So I want to make a colourwork jumper next, once all these are done, and I need your help in two areas. One, is it best to use superwash or non-superwash for a colourwork jumper? Because I don't think I've ever used superwash wool, but something tells me that that might be better for a colour work jumper. I don't know why. I feel like I've heard it somewhere. If someone could clarify, that would be great before I make my purchase. Also, any suggestions for a colour work jumper would be greatly appreciated. I'm not sure what pattern I want to go for yet. I've got some ideas. Like, I really love the dot sweater, but I'm not sure my first like dip into colour work jumper should be all over colour work. I don't know if I just need to have like a yoke situation just to start off with, maybe. But I really like the Scandinavian motif design yoke jumpers. So yeah, any suggestions, greatly appreciated. Do I use superwash? Do I use non-superwash? And any recommendations for what pattern? I also, and this is gonna, see, next year, my brain's just like in the background. Next year I want to make myself and the dog a matching colourwork jumper. I think that would be so cute. But that means I'd have to use superwash wool, wouldn't it? Because it's going on the dog, so therefore it needs to go in the washing machine. I mean, ideally, I would want to make me, the dog, and Dan matching jumpers in a sense. Obviously, me and Pippi would have, Pippi is our pug, matching in like girls' colours, but then I'd do the same design in boy colours for Daniel, and I would love that. But he's still in the boyfriend category, and I'm not willing to chance the boyfriend sweater curse until he is husband. So I do try and bribe him with that fact that I can't knit him a jumper until he puts a ring on it. Come on. I'm not sure it's obviously not much of a driver because it hasn't happened yet. I can try. But yeah, I'm not willing to risk it. But I definitely want to make me and the dog a matching colour work jumper. That would be so cute. So again, superwash and superwash. Yeah. Any help would be greatly appreciated. So I kind of think that's it for today. Short and sweet, just like mine. And again, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back if you come back. If it's your first time here, check out episode 1. It's a hoot. Yep, comments below. I love seeing them. I'm really enjoying connecting with people. I don't have any real life knitting in the wild friends. Nobody I know knits. Grandma don't count. And yeah, it's just been so nice to speak to people about the thing that I love and the thing that calms me and has just made a strangely significant impact on my life. And you wouldn't think that knitting would do that, but it does, and long may it continue. So if you got this far again, thank you so much, and hopefully see you next time. Love you, bye.